Yeah, my personal life, you know, on and off stage is pretty different. You know, the guy you see on stage, you know, very loud, high energy. You know, me off stage, I'm a lot more quiet and, you know, just kind of laid back. So it's a contrast for me. You know, I just get up there and perform and, you know, just, you know, we do our thing. You know, off stage, I'm a lot different than I am on stage.
My personal life comes through in the music very much so. I mean, that is kind of how I deal with stresses and everything. It's my outlet. The message in a lot of the songs is kind of like a diary of my emotions, in the sense that, you know, there are some points in songs that it's kind of hopeless, but then at some points inspiring, and I think that my personal life is definitely reflected in my music, and my experiences definitely bring that all out in the music. So I mean, that has a lot to do with the contrast of the music. You know, there's some slower stuff and faster stuff, and I think that the spectrum is there, and it's a kind of the spectrum of emotion that I go through, and I think that plays out very well with the band.
All right. I don't know how much my persona now reflects my music on stage, but music has been a huge part of my life. Growing up, since I was a young kid, I was always involved, and it grounded me. It was always there for me. And the things that I did earlier on in life, like the three of us have been playing for, you know, 10, 12 years on stage, and it really, you know, the crowd drives us, and the more driven they are, the more energetic and aggressive I can be on stage. And, you know, after you let that out, then the real person comes back, kind of.
This next song I wrote when I was living in Paris, and was with my good friend Mr. Nick Raper. Yeah, cool guy. I got to see him in London, so this next song goes out to him. Well, I woke up this morning, saw some
Do you have a favorite place?
I don't know if I necessarily have a favorite place. Every one is different. You know, CBGB is just because of the history of the place. You know, but it all really depends, you know, for me, like on the crowd. You know, whether it's 10 people and they're energetic, I love playing for them, but you could have 10,000 people that are just standing there and it just wouldn't be the same. So it all really depends on the energy that's fed back and forth, you know, between the audience and us. You know, that determines to me what's my favorite venue or what's my favorite show.
It's a little ditty called Wooden Shoes. Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. It's time for that strip show part of the set. Take it off! Take it off! Yeah! One piece at a time.
We had always played together here and there, even if we weren't in each other, even if we weren't a band all together, you know, like if it wasn't a solidified thing, okay? And, you know, so we'd played off and on for years, you know, just jamming, doing whatever. And the way we came together in this time around really is, well, I don't know if this story's really, okay, sorry. The way it came together this time around was that I had a friend visiting that played guitar, and she really wanted to play like a show or open mic, so we went to this open mic down in Hartford at Sully's, and I needed a backing band and everything. And at the time I was playing with two other guys, and we had kind of practiced some material but didn't really have anything set in stone yet. So I called my two old buddies here to stand in and play a little bit of music, and she ended up having to take the early train home, so we ended up just playing just the three of us, and you know, the show went really well, and the owner of the club really liked us and everything, and he offered us another show, and I was like, well, hey guys, you know, you want to just keep playing or whatever and see what happens? And we kind of took it on a very low key, like let's just play out and have a good time kind of attitude. I think the attitude was really good because it was just about the music. You know, it was like let's just play some music, you know, maybe play a few venues here and there, and you know that had been offered to us, so it wasn't necessarily anything that we had to like go out and get. And so we kind of just decided to start playing, and then after quite a few shows, it was like, hey, you know, this is working out really well. And
well, we tried to do that beforehand too. Like I had lived in South Carolina, and we've all been friends for years or whatever. And Mike and I had been talking on the phone, and we even went as far as throwing songs back and forth on the net. Like he would send me a guitar track, and I would lay a bass track down to it and send it back to him, and things kind of progressed from there. I'd come up once or twice a year, and Mike had a little recording studio in his basement. We'd just get together and play just, you know, for the hell of it, and just have stuff to listen to at that point, you know, because we were both, all three of us were doing different things in our lives. And then came the time where I moved up, and you know, we started rolling for a little while, and we were recording just really, again, just to have fun. And then, you know, things happened again, and we got some time to start up again, so we figured let's give it another shot. And here we are.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Warren?
I just got lucky. I just got lucky.
One guy's he's trying to take the goddamn seriousness out of this interview.
No, I mean they're right. You know, we were all doing our own thing, and you know, I wasn't even at the time thinking about music.
I was hoping you would just relax, don't do it. There's another new one. This one is called About You. It's about you.
It's good that we kind of get bored of songs in a sense, because we invent new ways to play them. Like we extend choruses and do all this wacky stuff.
This next song was #1 on a certain top 20 countdown for 5 weeks in a row, as a matter of fact, and I think it was the last #1 on that countdown too. I think it was VH1 live is
I think we're a power trio, or what people would call a power trio. You know, we're drums, bass, guitar, and vocals. And I think we use that really well. I think a lot of, there's a lot of four-piece bands out there, and there are three pieces too, but I think we use it really well. Like, instead of me going into some blistering guitar solo, we'll do a drum solo in a song, you know? I think that's really cool. Or like I said, with Sunrise and Closure and Gone Dark, there's other songs where, instead of having a guitar solo or your standard kind of part in the song, we put in a bass solo. I mean, not a lot of bands, or not a lot of music, and I can't even think of any bands right now off the top of my head, and I'm sure there are some, but I mean, how many bands put a bass solo or a drum solo in a regular 3-minute song? I mean, there's jam bands out there that will have, drum solos and bass solos through, like, a 25-minute song or whatever. But we're taking your standard, 3-minute pop or rock song. We're taking your standard 3-minute rock song, and we're putting in, these drum solos and bass solos. And I think that it gives people more of an impression of a full band, because the guitarist and the vocalist, being myself, usually get like all the attention or whatever. And when we play live, people get so much more out of our performance because these two guys play such a major role in it. It's not just all vocalist and then guitar solo, I think that's like one of our best attributes, is that right there, that we can do that, and that, it comes off really well.
all right. Thank you very much. You guys are a great crowd tonight. This is a sexual crowd. Yeah, it's a very sexual crowd. That's because we got Lord in the house. Yeah. Everybody give it up for the Mexican. who just played. They're great, did a great job. We got Ray coming up next. We got a blockbuster lineup for you. And Brian is in the way, blocking the set list. You know what? Anybody here ever have to take a supervised piss test? Maybe I'm the only one, right? But with him standing there with the camera right in my face, I feel like I'm going through that all over again. It's like a supervised piss test. I can't pee. I can't pee when he's standing. Just run the water, dude. Come on, help me out. Alright, this is a special one for Halloween. I guess. Well, I always say that. Oh, shit, no, it's not. This is not a special one. This is an unspecial one. That was a test. Yeah!
I think our fans and people who know us and come out to our shows, and I think people who don't know us, who happen to be at a venue, I love our fans a lot because they come out and support us. I mean, in the past year, we've played like almost in 1 year. In a 1 year span, we played like 40 shows.
50, I think, yeah, 50.
Yeah, something like that. And it's like, there are a few people who've come to almost every single show. And there are an even larger amount of people who've been to more than 20 of the shows or half the shows. And that to me is really good. It's great, that we have that kind of support,
It's what makes us keep playing out. Yeah.
Right, we keep playing and people just are there or whatever. But I think one of the things that is good is that, what am I trying to say? is that we do have a lot of fans that come out to the shows time and time again, and what we try to do is, I don't think we've ever played the exact same set list twice. We've rotated songs in and out, you know, new songs all the time, so you're never seeing the same show twice, and I think that's another really positive for us, is that we have a catalog of music. We don't have 5 songs or 8 songs, you know, we have like 90 songs, and we have like, probably of those 90, we could play 30 of them for you right now without even having to practice some of the ones that aren't in rotation, you know, and we have new songs very often, and I think that's what keeps people coming back to every show, is because they never know what we're going to do, because we don't know what we're going to do, you know. The set list is made by Josh, like at the bar
On a napkin.
on a napkin.
In pencil.
Yeah, well, everybody else has got their typed out, huge, you know, font size set list.
What mood we're in depicts what songs we play that night, or what energy we're receiving from the crowd before we even take the stage. This feels like a closure night, we'll say, or this feels like a gone dark night. Let's go that direction.
Yeah, that helps immensely to have a catalog with that kind of diverse music, is because sometimes you don't want to play a total balls out set, you know, to a bunch of people who just want to relax, you know, and vice versa. And I think that is like a major strength for us, and I think that's what has helped us along. And like I said, being unpredictable is great, and it's not a gimmick, it's just the way we do it, you know. We kind of go with the flow, we go with the vibe, and that's what the whole thing is about the music and the way it makes us feel.
Yeah.
And we go with that. And
The energy and the way it makes them feel too. You know, I've had people come up to me like in the middle of a week after a show and say, yeah, you know, you guys are really great, and I don't remember seeing them at the show, but that feeling that they get where they're talking about it days later is the energy we like to give them. You know, give them something to talk about the next day. You know, that sticks with me, you know, more so than you guys are the greatest band or you guys played the best set of all the other bands. The people that come up and say to me, you know, hey, that was, you know, a lot of, you know, what you guys did during such and such a song was great. I'm like, what song was that? They might not know it, but, you know, just that they remember us and they remember how, you know, much fun they had at our show. That's what does it for me.
we make an impact.
Yeah, no doubt.
A positive impact, which is always great.
Yeah.
It's always nice to meet people, you know, who just want to say thanks. I mean, that's what I've gotten the most of, is just people saying, "Hey, man, that was great music. Thanks."
Yeah.
You know.
But it's never even comes down to you guys were better than this or you guys are better than that. Even though we say we're the greatest band that never existed,
None of us
we're not egotistical in that respect. Like, we bring a good night of music with whatever bands we bring. They bring their own types of crowds, and you know, we all come together for a good night of music, and just you know, that's what we're all about. It sounds cliche, but you know, we're in it for the energy.
But I mean, that's the thing, is that we say greatest band never existed. I mean, that's like a joke, you know? It's like, how can you be a band if you never existed or whatever, you know? And it just goes back to that whole thing that right now, and I'm sure in all 50 states, there's a band out there that's
Writing
playing,
Stairway to Heaven.
writing the next Stairway to Heaven that will probably never be heard by anybody other than the guys in the band and their girlfriends, you know, or whatever. And that's like a sad truth, you know. And you know, we just kind of roll with that. It's like, yeah, we're one of those greatest bands that never existed, you know. Catch us
One
while
of
you
those
can.
greatest bands that never existed was a pretty long name, so we had to shorten it a little
Yeah,
bit.
so we kind of went with the GBNE.
Dude, I'm like 6 Nestle Quicks deep, dude. If I keep drinking them, my pants will come on.
He's drinking Nestle Quick, I'm drinking Coke Black. I into that.
Warren's drinking Coke White. Wait, what? I don't get it. That's how you do it. Oh, sorry. All right, this is the Halloween special. Sorry.
See you.
The song Sunrise, we decided to record to kind of show a little bit of versatility in the material. You know, we have like a lot of straightforward rock and roll songs, and you know, and some of them being heavier and lighter and whatever, and we wanted to show like the dynamic of the band, that we have some softer material, some more pop material kind of, if you will. And I really enjoyed doing the song because not only did it showcase that diversity in the music, we also got to have a little bit of fun with it, like, you know, putting a piano in the song, and the toy piano in the song, and
That was pretty fun. Yeah.
and Josh's bass solo on there, just, it really brings the song together. You know, it was kind of a song that I had just written on an acoustic guitar, and you know, that was the basic idea of the song, and then we kind of fleshed it out together and gave it that kind of more dramatic ending, kind of Beatlesque ending that I think really worked out well. And we had a lot of fun recording the song with, you know, just we had the intern at the studio doing vocals. We had the intern
Piano.
and the piano. The intern did the piano part.
But that just goes to show you too, like we're not one of those bands, like we all love music and we all love different kinds of music, and it comes from all these different places, and that kind of reflects it as well. Like we have sides from like acoustic ballady with piano to really fast pumping heavy songs, and you know, we like all styles in between, so it's just whatever's fun for us, I think, at the present time.
Guess I'll have to
Walking down the street, trying to make my peace. Haven't got that far. Guess I'll have to start. So I'll stay in hiding until then. I'm finding it's the world that spins away from me. Walk my way to the bar, but this won't get me far. Dream that I could sleep. My how life is cheap. So I'll stay in hiding until then. I'm finding it's the world that spins away from me. Well, I'll tell you, GBNE stands for the greatest band that never existed. In some sense, that we're a little renegade.
The name derives from bands playing locally that due to many reasons, either out of the region or wrong place, wrong time, you'll never get to hear their music. You know, somebody could be writing the next big thing. You know, somebody could have 2 albums worth of great things that you'll just never hear from.
A lot of bands that are really good bands, you know, that a lot of people probably never hear of, but probably never get any farther than playing in their basement or their garages.
It's just a theory, you know, the greatest band thing is just kind of a joke thing between Mike and the world.
Gonna be on on the cover someday, have my name up in lights. Don't you know that I'm almost famous? I'm a star shining bright.
So we're just one of those good bands, you know, that never existed.
Favorite venue? It's hard to say because we've played places like T-ville Tavern, which is a wicked dive. And then we've played places like, you know, the Webster Main Stage.
In G.B.N.E. I said, do you believe in G.B.N.E? Say hell yeah!
CBGB's. But to me, it's more about the people who are there rather than the building that you're playing in, you know?
You know, it's just where there's a lot of energy and a lot of people have fun. You know, it's probably my favorite shows.
Them to walk away talking about us. That's the big why we play these shows. We want, you know, the buzz to continue, you know.
I want people to walk away from any one of our shows or from listening to this album to have a renewed faith in rock and roll. Undeniable was a song that we really wanted to do because it's the newest song that we've written.
Mike and I had been in the studio and we heard the song roughly 600,000 times that night.
And live, the cowbell part is like really cool. We got a big reaction on that. But in the studio, it just seemed a little dry. You know, Josh was like, hey, I got this idea for the cowbell part.
It was in my dreams, and I woke up, right before I woke up, I had this little clip, like a narration clip that was running in my head, and I chased it down all day.
And I was like, okay, well, what do you want to do, man? And he's like, I can't really tell you, I just have to do it.
Now sometimes a man goes to great lengths with a lot on the line, and in the case of our boys here, well, they're beyond it. Some say it's unthinkable, some say it's undeniable.
That's like one of my favorite parts.